Hello, screenwriters, and welcome to Writing for Screens, the screenwriting step-by-step project, episode 231. My name is Glenn Gers, and I come to you every Monday through Friday, if I can make it, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Zone, to let you look over my shoulder, share my screen as I write a script. I am doing this in order to teach a part of screenwriting that I think is undertaught, which is the day-to-day, line-by-line process of getting a script written. I think a lot of people can tell you how to write a great script and how to write a script that will sell, but you can't make it great and you can't sell it if you can't get it written. And I think that one of the hardest things for most writers to learn is that process, the process of taking ideas and thoughts and feelings and ambitions and turning them into scenes on a page, making an outline, writing a rough draft, learning how to rewrite it and get it finished. That is what I am letting you walk me as I walk through it, in case you can pick up some tricks and tips about how I learned to do it in my 25-year career writing for TV and movies. I am just letting you watch in case it is helpful. This is not the only way to do it. It is not the right way to do it. I think it's practical. I think it's useful. You figure out for yourself what is good for you, and you do that, because that's what every writer has to learn to do. The things I do have to teach you, the things that I think are especially useful, I have put into the first 3 playlists on my channel. These step-by-step videos are very nice, but they are not the main thing I want to teach you. What I really want to teach you, I have tried to break down into little 10-minute videos that are explained in the thumbnail, in the title. It says dramatic action, flashbacks, genre, whatever the topic is that I think I've got something to say about, I have put it there bold for you to find it. Go in there, see if you can find useful things in there, because that is the point of this, for you to get tools, skills, and process to help you write. Hi, Thumper. Hi, Aspen Runes. Hello, Nathan. Good to see all of you. It is time to get back to writing the script. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Okay. So last I had figured out how to get Xena out in front of the house for the big final confrontation that is going to bring in the new element. But I stopped here. Xena was sort of ranting on a bunch of things. Hello there, D3 Entertainment. So one of the things I had talked about was what Xena, the start of this scene is Xena has to tell them what we just saw in the 3-4 previous scenes. The last thing you want to do is waste time in a scene having someone tell somebody else in the scene something that the audience has already watched. You really want to try and avoid that. One of the best ways to do it is simply come in at the end of the explanation. Unless the way that the person is going to explain it or the way that they're going to catch them up is interesting and new and will provide you with some dramatic action, you don't want to show it. So one of the great tricks is just come in at the end of it. In this case, hold on, let me gather around Xena. Cameron is saying, there's no evidence at all, so now we know that she just explained everything that happened. Hello, Natasha. It's just a little trick. If possible, come in on the part of the scene where something new is happening, not where they are reciting things that already happened. Okay. So then what do we care if she won't let us use her stuff? Yeah, it was all bullshit. Convincing bullshit. It worked. It triggered CSK. How are we going to keep doing that without his bullshit? Let's just use the word. Then this, I'm not giving up now. Okay, so this is convincing. It worked. It triggered CSK. How are we going to keep doing that without his bullshit? George got us close. I'm not giving up now. I just need to know if you're still with me. Am I insane? Should I try to do this? Well, those are actually two separate questions, but the answer to both is yes. Hell yes. Hell yeah. It's a heist within a scam about a secret. How can we not? How can we not? Okay, then. All right, so. Okay, then. George's material, all of his tapes and his files. Okay, then she's got all of his tapes and all of his tapes and his files. You are entirely welcome. I am glad that I could help you. Hi, Jean. Really helped is the best answer. That's what we want here. That is what we are trying to do. Really? You're doing this here? Okay. Freezes, turns. All right, from the doorway. I took out open doorway because obviously it's the open doorway. How could they watch from the doorway if the door was closed? Okay. I had separated these lines, but I really don't want this to get ugly. No, you don't. So, so I need to put this. Did you get that? Did you get that? Now here's a problem. This scene is a showdown outside the house, and then Norman says the phone is for you, and she takes it. Now, from then on, we are talking about the living room. I say Madeleine goes inside, but it's sort of buried here. Okay. I've got to send you an email. Okay. I want to get back to screenwriting, or even try to get my novel set up like a script at some point. I've learned so much, just like you said about explanations. Good. Yes, that is great. When you say get your novel set up like a script, I'm not sure. Do you mean like turned into a script, or just approaching the novel the way I've said approach a script? Because if you're working on a novel, I would urge you to work on the novel, not the script. Novels are hard, but they are more satisfying because you can actually finish them. The thing about a script is it's never really finished. It's only finished by production, and when it's finished by production, it is also taken away from you. So when you honestly have something that's in your imagination, if possible, write it in to be read just as a story. Okay. I want you all to listen to me, because this is very important. Murder is not fun. It is not a game. You should not be messing with serial killers. I am taking what we found. What I found. Get off my lawn. I am taking what we found to the police. Okay. What I found. Get off my lawn. Hmm. It's for you. Hmm. All right, Max. I'm trying to just get this a little shorter. Get off my lawn. Do I really need that? Hmm. Okay. Good question. I was just thinking if there's just a way to. Why a call for her on George's phone? All right, that's good. Okay. I never knew that part. Yeah, it's the best feeling to finish the draft of the novel. Editing now using good, good, good. I am glad. Yeah, that's the thing. Novels, plays, whatever it is, they still have scenes. They still have uh, sections of story, and in those sections of story, something needs to happen. The thing that's interesting about novels is that the section of scene does not have to be a character action. You can actually do a section of story which is simply a description. The opening of Bleak House is simply a description of the setting. It goes on for pages, a couple pages, explaining London and the court system in terms of this fog and mud. And that's a scene, but there's no particular dramatic action to it. It's you have more you can do with a novel. Anyway. Um, Okay, good. What I found. The thing is, it's such a conflict in screenwriting between wanting to take the time to make the moment, to deliver the moment, and knowing that you've got to cut pages. Okay. Damn, I'm just trying to cut lines here, just every little line. Weathered, white-haired, plain, neat clothes, denim cotton. No, that's it. That's what we need to do. Is there any way? Oh, see, how can I get rid of a comma? There we go. I got it. Yeah, what the hell? Do I want to go inside? Yeah, gotta go inside. Well, the thing is, they're all out here, so why? Why not just stay out there? Okay, I can tell you that a director is going to want to go indoors for this because you can control the light, you can control you can shoot it on a set. You're not going to want to do it on the front lawn of a house. You don't want to do a long, complex, intricate, emotional scene outdoors if you can help it. But you know what we can do? There we go. Oh, look, what kind of page? I'm going to have to fix it soon. I'm going to have to add in, but I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. Who is this? I just wanted to say I didn't do it. I just wanted to say I didn't do it. You didn't do what? I didn't kill him. Are you telling me this is are you saying this is the chemistry set killer? Okay. Okay, we don't have to do this. Don't have to do this. Hey, Maria. Good to see you. Welcome. We've cut a page. I am in the final scenes, and I have cutting, and intensifying, focusing, making it work. Okay. I think this script is fun too. Thank you. No, Xena is not inside. The whole point, what I'm going to do now is when, because Madeline's going to pace away and people are talking to her and whispering, she goes inside and everyone follows her. So that the brunt of this conversation will be inside. This part, I don't mind if it's outside. That's cool. Yes, give me just a second. Let me finish what I'm doing here. Okay. Okay. Interior. Distance from the crime crackers. Intent. Okay. Okay. Something else is here. Just found you today on Thank you. 2 hours. That's a lot to hear me. I'm not. I would break that up into little pieces personally. I certainly cannot stand 2 hours of listening to myself talk. Welcome indeed to the stream. Something else. Glad to have you here. Yes. Maria is right. My favorite thing to share is the 3 main playlists, the first 3 playlists on my channel. However, it's great to have you here. You can see the work as it is happening. Hi, Catherine. Great to have you here. I am happy you found the channel too. That is fabulous. Okay, let's take a second to answer Maria's question. Maria's question is, can you talk about the color coding used in script revisions? Now, I can and I will, but let me just inform everyone that the point of color coding, this whole subject, has only to do with production. It is only something. Maria is actually she runs a game company and she is able to get her stuff made, produced indie by DIY-ish, indie-ish, and so she's dealing with actual production issues. But for most of you, this will not happen until you are actually working with somebody who's doing production. Here is the deal. Okay, what you basically need to know about colored revisions or revisions at all is that when the script is finished, when it is bought by a company and they take it on to do production, at a certain point, the script is locked. In other words, they say, this is the script that we are all working for. Now, it's very important that everyone be working on a production from the same version of the script, because they will say, oh, there's a bath mat that we need on page 7 because it's going to show up again in the after the hurricane. If everyone has a different page 7, that's a problem. So it is important that all people working on a production are using the same version of the script. Therefore, there is what's considered the locked draft, the first draft. But there are constantly changes. This is one of the most important things that I need to get clear to you. A script is never, ever finished because even during production, even during post-production, changes are being requested. There are things that happen in production that require changes, and there are constant people coming in and getting involved who have power enough to say, I would like you to change this, and it has to change. So there's a lot going on that causes changes to the script after it has been locked. So what do they do about that? How do they make clear to everyone what version of the script everyone is using? Well, here in the window, there is a thing called revisions. I don't know if you can see that, but okay. So this is the revision. This is final draft, but most screenwriting software that is used by professionals will have something like this. So the deal is they have a mode in which the computer, the software, will track what draft you are on. The way they do that is you put this on revision mode, and then you say show revision page colors. These are the things you can click. Each version of the script is then given a date, but more important, a color. And the reason that they do this is because, especially back in the old days, you would get a script, they would change just some pages. They would change like 30 pages in the middle. So what they would do is that 30 pages would be printed on a different color paper so that everyone knew they had the right pages 10 to 12. And in order to make sure that everyone had the same ones, they would give those colors an order that everyone kept to. Everybody at the studio would always do blue first, then pink, then yellow, then green, then goldenrod, buff, etc. After you've gone through all the colors that the paper manufacturers easily supply, you would start doing second white, second blue, second pink. So this has become the standard industry way of saying which draft you are on. Honestly, they could just do the date. They could just say, it's the July 4th script. It's the July 12th script. And that would do it. But they like to have colors. So that is what those colors are. So what happens is, at that point, once you have locked the script, once the writer has given in the script that the production has called the white draft, the first draft, the writer is no longer in control of the script. They don't actually keep the master script. The production manager or the line producer or the first AD, somebody like that, is the one who keeps that script. Okay, they say, I have the official script. If there's changes made to the script, I am the one who determines that. The other reason they do this is because the page numbers lock. In other words, if you've got an 87-page script, and then during revisions, one of your scenes goes shorter. What if you cut a scene out or something? They will cut out part of they will leave a blank space on that page so that the page numbers all stay the same. If your scene runs long and they have to add pages, it will become page 60A, 60B, 60C. None of this matters to any of you. None of this is important. This is just for production. Okay, so blue, pink, yellow, yes, then edits. Right, exactly. It's an old world Hollywood thing. I just learned of this. Yes. Hello, Ray. No, it doesn't. The only thing that happens, it happens equally in TV shows and movies. The main thing that all of you should remember about this is it will not matter to you at all until you are in a production. So don't think about this. Okay. Every production changes the script a lot, all the way through. They do it during shooting. Very frequently, the writer or someone, if the writer's not there on set, will change the script. And, they'll say, like, we've got this scene tomorrow. I don't like the way that last scene was going. Let's add a bit of dialogue where they explain something. They will constantly, honestly, on a lot of scripts, the writer is there and they are being given notes every day and they are just keeping up with changes that people want. People ask for changes all the time. You are welcome. Actually, this is the most important thing I can tell you. You have no control as a screenwriter. Once you have written the script, if you are lucky enough to have it be produced, you lose control. You don't get to say what they change. You don't even, you have to make changes that you wouldn't have thought of and don't even think are good. It's a nonstop bombardment of, sometimes it's a production person saying, hey, we couldn't get a car for that scene that you were going to have where they're talking in the car. You have to change it to something else. And you have to think, well, where could they be if they were leaving the store and they're going home? Where is that scene now going to take place? And then you say, okay, it happens outside the supermarket. And then they say, no, can't do that. We have to have it be on an interior, et cetera, et cetera. And yes, indeed, even in post-production, when they are editing, they will often do reshoots, that's true, but they will also just ask you to write new lines, which are then added audio only because they do it with when somebody's not on screen. It's called ADR. Anyway, the point is, this is a lot of production stuff that you do not need to think about. Okay. But Maria was taking time out from her busy job, so I thought I would answer her. Okay. Walking into the living room to get some, but the crime crackers follow her. That's better. Madeline turns away, focusing on Deakins. Now I would do a little dash, which means we are not done with this sentence. It is being interrupted because Deakins is talking. And then we cut back to her, and she is walking into the living room to get some privacy, but Norman and the crime crackers follow. Intent. Listening. Intent. George was pun. Okay, so... wow, congratulations. Big new game contract. Excellent. I am so impressed that Maria has time for any of this stuff. She is working hard. Okay, so jaws drop. All right. But you are the one, yes. You didn't kill him. I just heard about this on the news. This is insane. Someone's taking my private life and using it. I don't know why. And using it, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. I don't know who. I don't know why. Don't know who. I don't know why. I just want you to know. Okay. That's good. I don't know who. I don't know why. I just want you to know I had nothing to do with it. I was taking my private life and using it. I don't know who. I don't know why. I just want you to know I had nothing to do with this. I stopped a long time ago. I haven't done done anything. Years, a long time ago. Okay. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. I love that he's like, this isn't done anything in years, decades. I stopped 30 years ago. It's a long time ago. I haven't done anything in decades. Decades. It's not how somebody is talking intensely. "30 years ago." Okay. 40 years ago. I haven't done anything since then. This is a nightmare. All right. Look, I just heard about this on the news. This is insane. Someone is taking my private life and using it. I don't know who. I don't know why. I just want you to know I had nothing to do with this. I stopped 40 years ago. I haven't done anything since then. Okay, that's good. All right. D3. Maria brought up an interesting thing about colors and scripts. Congrats as well. It's gaming that got me to write. Cool. Say the script for a game is a script the same as a script. No, I would not say. I'd say they are very, very different. The games have their own forms, their own structures. They are they're very different. The idea of a character and a story and a scene carry over between them, though those are narrative realities that can go into either thing. But the understanding of how a story works in a game, first of all, it depends on what kind of game. For instance, in a sandbox game, you don't have a story at all. In a narrative game, it may depend. There may be branches during which you can take different paths, which would create different endings. That's a totally different way of understanding a story. Trash Compactor. Hello. I have that I think is an interesting world I'd love to share with the world, but I haven't the least bit of knowledge about how to write a novel. Where should I begin? With the story. Begin with the story, and a story is about characters. So let's just take a second here to answer with some self-promotion. The first thing you want to answer, if you were trying to figure out your story, I would advise looking at this. This is this video by me. Also, building character arcs, and especially why outline and how to outline and process of questions. But seriously, just this is it. This is where you go to my channel and you go to the first 3 playlists. Many, many, many of these videos are exactly how I answer, how should I begin if I don't have any knowledge on how to write a novel. Some of the things that I'm talking about will be screenwriting specific, but most of them are just about storytelling, about understanding figuring out how to tell the story if all you have is a world. I've tried playing around with some creative writing in this world, but with just short stories. I always trash them because I don't know if they're any good. Okay, don't do that. Don't trash them. I don't know if they're any good, then don't trash them. You don't know if they're not good. Why would you throw away if you don't know if it's good? Maybe it's good. And even if it's not good, don't trash it. Even if you've just written the worst story in the world, if you trash it, what have you got? If you keep it, you can at very worst do something different. But you may have things in that story that are worth preserving. You don't ever trash your stuff, and don't ever decide that you're, yes, you're on the great right track by being here. You don't ever decide that you are not worth it. Okay? If you end up finishing a lot of work, and I don't mean just like one story or one book, and you show it to people and they don't like it, you don't quit, because this is a thing that takes time to learn. It's not like you wrote the, let's put it this way. You jump in a swimming pool the very first time. You don't swim. Does that mean you will never swim? No. It means you have to learn and practice. So therefore, don't ever just say, oh, I don't think this is very good, therefore I shouldn't write. That's not how a writer approaches things. A writer approaches things where, I'm going to write, I better figure out how to do it well. Okay. Game scripts aren't formatted in this nature, but these are branch structure. Yes, exactly. Although I would, because there's a lot of possibilities, choices. The audience is actually making choices in a game, where you do use traditional screenwriting approach over the cutscenes and video trailers. Yes. You also will be using traditional, not script writing, but storytelling to figure out what is the arc that would go if you went this way, and what is the arc if you would go that way, because you're trying to understand what the character is trying to do. That's the key to any story. Who is the character that you are following at this moment? There could be more than one. You don't have only one central character, especially in games. You can have many. You can have many in a novel or a series or even a movie. But the main thing is, a story still involves following an intention, a person who is wanting something or trying to do something. Got a couple of short scripts on review and a short one on the way to production. Yes. Yes, writing lots of things and having the experience of having them work in some ways and fail in others is how you learn. That is the way people learn. Okay. Hello, Donna Nelson. Okay. Which is how I found you. Thank you. I don't know how to contact you. I'd love to help since I'm writing novels. I don't know if that's okay to ask. If not, sorry. Yeah, here's the deal. I will connect to, if you want to reach each other and you both go to writingforscreens.com and push contact me. There's a button, contact me. If you do that, if you both contact me, if D3 and Trash Compactor both send me an email and say, hey, I'm D3, Trash Compactor was trying to reach me. If D3 and Compactor both do that, I will give you each other's emails as requested, with the warning that you have to be careful. You are on the internet. You do not know each other. Be careful what information you reveal about yourself, and do not give other people your address, your social security number, stuff like that. Okay? All right. Okay. Trash is saying, no word around here. That's right. Get feedback from friends. If you decide a script doesn't go, you edit it and try it again, or you start another one. You know, I mean, I usually have 3 or 4 things going on at a time. It's the only way that I can survive that feeling of, this isn't any good. So I switch to another one, and then the next day, that other one's feeling bad, so I go back to the first one. And slowly but surely, they both advance. Okay. Yes, the scrap pile. Maria is talking about, write it down. Write it down. This is crucial idea. Write it down. And yes, if you can, brainstorming and scrap piles is another video that Maria is referring to. If you have ideas, just write them down somewhere and put them somewhere safe. Put them somewhere you can find them. Put them somewhere you can organize them. From her. Trying to. I can't do that. You can if you're really innocent. You can if you really didn't do this. Didn't do it. Do it if you can if you really didn't do it. You can if you really didn't do it. You can if you're really innocent. Yeah, if you're you can if you're really innocent. Innocent of that, of this, innocent of this. That may not be the end of it for the police. All right. How does this one feel relative to other things you've written? Honestly, it feels like I haven't really worked hard enough on it, because I would not just work an hour a day. It feels like I have played it safe, because the point of this is to make clear to you guys the process of finding the characters and telling the story. So I have done that. In order, everything I've done in this script has been in order to make it a good demonstration of writing. It's not necessarily the best script I've ever done. So therefore the answer is, this feels solid. This feels middle, right down the middle, solid. Okay. Yes, thank you. 10,000. I know. Isn't that wild? Writing happens when it has a place inside my eyelid. Yes, that is absolutely right. That I will stand by that. Hold on. Yes. Write it down. The work comes when it has a place to go. If you have a document, if you have a folder, if you have a place where you can just open it up and that's where this thing is living, and then you can start to work on the details, that's the secret. I was actually reading George Saunders, man. George Saunders, just for those of you who may have missed it, the other day I was once again recommending... hold on. Oh, I put it somewhere else. Where did I put that? Oh, here. A Swim in the Pond in the Rain. It's a book by this guy named George Saunders. This is what the cover looks like. Recommending again, recommending that you guys read this, especially those of you who want to write stories or novels. This is really, really amazing. But this guy George Saunders was writing. I read a quote by him where he's saying that what it's like to become all agonized with am I a good enough writer? Is this good? And everything. And he said the reason that becomes paralysis is because you're not thinking about the story. You're not thinking about the work. As soon as you are thinking, is this good? Am I good? Can I make it? Will they pay? Is this the right answer? You are not thinking about the thing that a writer has to think about all the time, which is what is the character doing? What's happening in this scene? What is this story about? What is this moment about? What is the theme here? Think about the work and you can always write. Think about all that other stuff and you can never, ever write. Great, Con. I cannot emphasize enough how much this guy, George Saunders, gives the best writing advice I know of. Yeah, again, please consider, especially if you want to write novels, if you want to write short stories, that is the best. It's just amazing. Okay. Well, I think we're going to stop here. I think that this is a fine old place to take a breath and say, hey, good work for the day. Tomorrow I have something I'm doing earlier in the afternoon, but I think I'm going to be done. So I expect to be here tomorrow, Tuesday. For those of you who might be actually trying to tune in live, I hope to be here tomorrow. If not, I will definitely be here Wednesday. And in the meantime, go write something.